Hi, my name's Ty Hummer, and today I'll be talking about the global war on drugs. The history of drug trafficking is a long one. The war on drugs movement began in the 1970s and is currently still evolving. Many acts have been introduced to combat against the use of illegal drugs, such as the Illegal Substance Act and the Marijuana Tax Act. These acts were introduced by government officials to make obtaining these illegal drugs and opioids harder to come by and harder to achieve to the citizens. President Nixon officially declared a war on drugs in 1971, stating drugs are our public enemy number one. In 1980, the Just Say No campaign was launched by President Ronald Reagan. Opioids and heroin are still the most trafficked drugs in the world. Opioids may be taken a numerous amount of ways, such as orally via pill, crushed up into a thin powder substance and then snorted through the nose, or through a needle and syringe injected into the blood system via a vein. There are many different types of drugs being illegally trafficked across the world. The first and most popular, being methamphetamine, makes up 33% of the illegal drugs being distributed. Cocaine being the second, marijuana being the third, heroin fourth, and crack fifth. In this picture, you can see armed cartel members guarding the mass amounts of drugs being ready to be distributed all across the globe. And in return, there will be mass profits for the cartels. Many countries are affected by drug trafficking. The ones affected the worst would be Iran, Russia, United States, Great Britain, and Afghanistan. These are the countries with the highest drug rates. The US and Mexico border is one of the hottest drug trafficking routes being used today. 200 to 750 billion dollars are spent per year on drug purchases through the black market illegally. Scotland is the drug death capital of the world, meaning it has the highest death rates due to drug causes. Scotland's citizens often turn to the needle to end their suffering due to poor living conditions and poverty, which contributes a lot to their death rates. Above all other countries affected, Mexico is definitely the country that is affected most due to the Sinaloa cartel and many other drug groups throughout Mexico. The Sinaloa cartel controls what is highlighted in red on the left-hand picture. This is their territory of drug smuggling and drug producing. On the right is a picture of their armed cartel members standing next to one of their vehicles they used to patrol. This map shows the drug trafficking routes across the world. The arrows on the map show the way the drugs flow to reach their destination through illegal trafficking. A lot of arrows are going across the US-Mexico border and also Western Europe, which should be no surprise because these two areas are famous for having high drug rates. Important drug statistics. Every 25 seconds, someone in America is arrested for a drug possession. State governments spend $7 billion a year to combat against drugs, which is an absurd amount of money. Approximately 92,400 people died in 2020 from accidental drug overdoses, mostly from fentanyl. 3.5 billion taxpayer dollars are used to help with global war on drugs, which is a lot of money over a vast amount of time. Like that, it adds up. Since the COVID pandemic hit, opioid overdoses across the world were up by 59%. 1,000 overdoses in 2020 occurred. That is the highest number ever recorded to this date. This chart shows the national drug overdose rates from 1999 to 2019. As you can tell, in 2019 there's a massive spike. Many believe it's due to COVID, causing people to face depression and turn to drugs as an answer. Opioid side effects, short term. Skin flushing, nausea and vomiting, drowsiness, dangerously low respiratory functioning and lowered heart rate, incoherent, memory loss, and it's very, very addictive. The man in this picture suffers from short-term and long-term health effects from opioid and heroin addictions. You can tell his facial features are sunk in, his muscle mass is deteriorating, and he has very vivid veins due to injections from needles. Opioid side effects long term include physical strength decline, liver and kidney diseases, abscesses filled with pus, mental disorders from loss of white matter in the brain, which can also lead to comas, insomnia, collapsed veins due to sharp needle injections of heroin, heart infections and heart irregularities, along with cloggages and reproductive issues, mostly among men. To conclude, illegal drug trafficking has been a fast-growing issue on the global stage for quite some time now, and it is time to take more action and make this a major global priority. By cracking down on drug trafficking, we can create a healthier world for us and our loved ones to live in. Making it harder to smuggle drugs needs to be a major focus in today's society for more than just health issues. From a financial standpoint, it would also save countries millions of dollars a year if the drug trafficking rates were not as high as they are. To conclude, the global war on drugs is a major issue, and hopefully in the near future, we can turn the rapid growing death rate from overdoses into rapid recovery rates.